giant French colours on display here at the Stade de France, as France defend a perfect home record since 1993 in official matches. Fabien Barthez in goal, and the team led by Didier Deschamps, the captain, number 7. Nicolas Anelka, who's the target of some big money offers up front. Wiltord, the leading striker for Bordeaux, out wide on the right. In behind the striker, Yuri Djorkaeff, with Christophe Dugarry, the number 11, playing on the left. Petit joins Deschamps in midfield. And there's Sylvain Wiltord, who scored 19 goals for Bordeaux this season. Nicolas Anelka, who's been chased by Lazio, and there's rumours of Juventus courting the Arsenal striker. Russia, led by their captain, Anokko, the sweeper, number 7. Filimonov in goal, and they've got a pretty experienced midfield. There's one exception, Dmitry Alinachev, who's missing, the AS Roma midfielder, whose place taken by Titanov, and the big hope up front is Alexander Panov, the number 10 for Russia. There's Roger Lemaire, the French coach, and heavy rain falling for the start of this match. Yuri Djorkaeff, who plays his club football at Inter Milan. And the referee, Paul Durkin from England, gets proceedings underway. Capacity or near capacity crowd here at the Stade de France, 77,000. And slippery conditions will be awkward for all players, and in particular the goalkeepers. Here's Condola, the Roma left back, who's replaced Lizarazu, who's had a long-term injury for Bayern Munich. Good touch on there, and a chance for the number 9, Nicolas Anelka. And the first glimpse of his pace, and a booking by the referee. Igor Titov on that challenge earns his way into the referee's book. And just an early hint of the pace of Wiltord and Anelka. There's Sylvain Wiltord on the ball now. Wide by Deschamps. And Russia have a very rich record against France. The two nations have played 12 games, and Russia has outscored France 15 goals to 11. They've won 5, drawn 4, and lost 3. So it's a danger game. They lost their first 3 European qualifying matches, Russia, but they're in the beginning of their season, only up to round 3 in domestic competition. And the French players are coming off a very long 9-month European season. Wiltord, and with the shot just skewing wide. But the early signs are the Bordeaux striker will provide headaches for the Russian defence. The rain still tumbling down here in Paris. And there's the Russian coach, Oleg Romanstev, who coached Spartak Moscow to 3 consecutive championships from 1992. Former national player. The number 5 is Alexei Smertin. Titov, who was booked minutes ago by the referee. Just slipping there, Mostovoy. Nice touch on from Petit. The header down by Anelka. Valery Karpin is the wide player. Good ball in behind the defence. And Barthez has to rush in late. Victor Anopko is the sweeper on the ball now for Russia. Plays his club football with Oviedo in Spain. He's played 71 internationals for his country, scoring 4 times. And a chance here for France down the left. Christophe Dugarry. It's Dugarry still going, and he draws a fine save to the right from Filimonov. A stinging shot from the Marseille striker. around Onopko. It was a brilliant save in the end by the Russian goalkeeper, playing his first European qualifier, Alexander Filimonov. And the corner for France taken by Djorkaeff. Unconvincing clearance away. Petit. The number 3 for France is Lilian Thuram, who plays with Parma. Some conjecture he'll be signed by another Italian club this season. Deschamps. Djorkaeff in for Didier Deschamps. And the ball was searching for Anelka. It was surrounded by 2 markers. And Roger Lemaire, who was the assistant to Aimé Jacquet, last year's World Cup campaign in France. Ball lifted forward from Petit for Djorkaeff. Just the condition of the pitch taking the ball over the line for a Russian throw. There's Emmanuel Petit, who scored the memorable goal in the final against Brazil. There's Karpin, the number 8 for Russia. Nice turn by Djorkaeff. Still Yuri Djorkaeff, and the shot. And again a fine save. The return effort by Wiltord. For the goalkeeper coming up with the 2 fine efforts there. And the Russian goal under siege in the first half here at the Stade de France. The fans in voice sensing the opportunity as Thuram is back. Barthez rushes in and collides with his teammate and Lilian Thuram, or in fact it's Marcel Desailly off second best. He's much the bigger player and crashed into his teammate. Djorkaeff has been lively in midfield. And that pass blocked away well by Klestov. There's a change for Russia. Dmitry Kolkov in for Alexander Mostovoy. Kolkov playing his club football with PSV in Holland. Petit on the break. Lovely ball in for Wiltord. And a chance here for France, but that last touch just let him down and allowed Victor Onopko in for the clearance. But his pace has certainly been a worry for the Russian defence. Top scorer in the French league as Petit, his corner was cleared away. And Karpin is the wide player for Russia. Service up forward early on for Alexander Panov. Hasn't been what he would like. The number 4 is Sergei Semak. And a chance for France to break once again. And the ball here for Anelka. And the goal. No, the offside flag up. Dugarry was in quickly, accepting the return ball from Nicolas Anelka. The linesman right on the spot. The fans not happy. Neither is Christophe Dugarry, but I think the replay will show the decision to be very correct. Panov closed down well on the tackle by Desailly. Number 15 is Kolkov, who replaced Mostovoy. Dmitry Kolkov still going, and the appeal for offside clearly seen by the linesman. We can see Christophe Dugarry, the ball played forward for Anelka, and he just got himself into an offside position. Perhaps the adrenaline taking Dugarry, who's been very lively up front, playing just on the left. And that's a foul by Dugarry. Plays his club football with Marseille, 9 goals this season in the French First Division. Desailly in that previous attempt there by Kolkov. Just the clearance away. Barthez has re-signed with Monaco. He's very much a cult figure in the small principality. And the corner in for Russia. Anopko is taken by Karpin. Deschamps with a header away. There's a high boot there by the number 11, Tikhonov. A long searching ball by Wiltor. France, of course, the 1984 European champions. Inspirationally led there by Platini. There's the ball in behind the defence, and a chance here, and a goal for Russia. And it's Alexander Panov. It took a deflection in the penalty area. And Filimonov, the other end of the ground, is up in arms, but it's Alexander Panov who's the big hope for Russia, the 23-year-old. The ball played forward, and Titov, it may have taken a deflection off the arm of Kondela. In fact, it did. And at the near post was Alexander Panov. The deflection took the goalkeeper Barthez out of the equation. And it would have been a penalty anyway, as Panov finished off for Russia. So after 38 minutes, they take the lead here at the Stade de France. And that man Kolkov has provided a lot of bite in midfield since replacing Mostovoy in the 26th minute. And France, after dominating in the first 20 minutes of play, find themselves down 1-0. They have to regroup here. Russia, very solid defence and very technically correct through midfield. And the Russians won the inaugural European Championship back in 1960, beating Yugoslavia 5-4 in Paris. And 3 times they've been a finalist, as Kolkov is free down the right. A lovely back heel. And at the far post, and a chance there for Tikhonov, who was given far too much latitude. And Roger Lemaire would be lamenting the marking in defence for France, as Tikhonov there, well, he miscued the volley. But the greasy ball just slid off the side of the boot. And France, after dominating, are looking a little bit suspect at the back. Djorkaeff. Zidane, of course, is missing from this French lineup. The last 4 matches he's been missing. As Anelka, reported figures of $70 million from Lazio for the 20-year-old striker from Arsenal. Thuram. Djorkaeff, nice turn, blocked away there by Anopko. And they love getting it wide on the right, Russia. They've got a couple of class players on the right, one being Valery Karpin. And a chance for the Russians, but the number 10 offside, Alexander Panov. Sliding challenge, and the shot wide by Nicolas Anelka. It was a great effort by Emmanuel Petit to make a chance out of nothing. And a mistimed shot there by the Arsenal striker. But Emmanuel Petit set up that chance. The French midfielder signalling to the bench. Roger Lemaire. And that is the whistle for half-time here at the Stade de France. It's Russia through that man, Alexander Panov, in the 38th minute. Taking a break. At half-time, it's France 0, Russia 1. Fabien Barthez signalling to the big crowd here at the Stade de France. Over 77,000 in attendance. And the English referee, Paul Durkin, gets proceedings underway for the second 45 minutes. It's Russia 1 leading France 0. Thanks to Alexander Panov, who scored a brilliant goal in the 38th minute. Valery Karpin is the number 8 for Russia. Appealing for the throw. He plays for Celta Vigo in Spain. Anelka hasn't quite lived up to the enormous raps. Djugari was much the better forward force as Oleg Romanstev, the Russian coach, lights up once again here at the Stade de France. And that may be a yellow card on the number 3, Yevgeny Varlamov. It was a pretty late challenge and loose one on Nicolas Anelka, as he's into the book of the referee. So the second booking, Yevgeny Varlamov. And yes, well, a two-footed challenge on Nicolas Anelka. Very dangerous, and a very dangerous dead ball situation here for Russia. Early in the second half, Emmanuel Petit, an expert from this position, as Filimonov is setting the wall. And it's Petit with a strike, takes a deflection, and a goal for France. Emmanuel Petit levels this European qualifier. And the star Arsenal midfielder, once again, continues his love affair with the Stade de France. He scored in the World Cup final. And relief for Roger Lemaire. They've just taken a deflection. In fact, it did, off the number 4, Sergei Semak. Just a reflex flick of the leg by Semak. We can see here the ball travelling at great velocity, and the deflection took the goalkeeper right out of contention. So it's France 1, Russia 1 after 47 minutes. And Petit only his third goal as Amy Jacquet, the coach of last year's World Cup winning side, looks on. And a chance once again, Djorkaeff, as Wiltord tried to flick it on for Anelka. And France certainly have the momentum in the second half. And it is a free kick to Russia. Emmanuel Petit looking quite suspiciously at the referee. There didn't seem to be much contact in that challenge on Titov. Emmanuel Petit helping him to his feet, and well, it was clear contact by Djorkaeff. I thought for the moment the contact came from Petit. It was across the shin of Titov. He gets up quite gingerly. A slow hand clapping by the crowd here at the Stade de France, looking for some action, and they may get it here through Wiltord, who's away. Sylvain Wiltord still going. into scoring range. And he puts France in front in this crucial qualifier. Sylvain Wiltord, the flamboyant Bordeaux striker, strikes for the national team. It's a fine solo run, just turning the defence inside out. Too much pace first for Varlamov. And then he rounded the captain, Onopko. And the strike was clean, wide of Filimonov. And Sylvain Wiltord has scored his first goal for France in just his third international. So Russia stung in the second half, and they go ahead here, but the offside flag was up on the goal scorer Panov. And Dugarry, after a brilliant first half, being replaced by Patrick Vieira. So 3 Arsenal players on the park for France: Anelka, Petit and Vieira. And a double change as the number 17, Vladimir Bezchasnik, on for Semak. And a good story behind Bezchasnik. He was the player who refused selection for Russia in the 1993 World Youth Championships in Australia, and he was banned by FIFA for 6 months. Wanted to further his club commitments. As Vieira wide, and he's shot. The first touch by Patrick Vieira went ever so close to the far post. Well shielded by Anelka, and Vieira first time cracked the shot wide of the goalkeeper and wide of that far post. So France well on top in the second half. And this match has really seesawed as far as dominance go. The French really had the advantage in the first 20 minutes. Russia came back in the latter part of this first half as Thuram draws a fine save from Filimonov. And that's been 2 fine runs by both Wiltord and Thuram. And a chance for Bezchasnik, but cleared away well by Desailly. The previous run by Lilian Thuram, who loves to take on defenders from deep in his own half. That was a reflex knockdown by the goalkeeper, Alexander Filimonov, who's playing his first European qualifier. The number 1 choice, Chechikov, has been replaced by the 25-year-old. There's his opposite number, Fabien Barthez. He's much more experienced at international level, having played 25 times for his country. Roger Lemaire looking on, protecting an unbeaten record. In fact, France unbeaten in official matches at home since 1993. Of course, unbeaten at the Stade de France. And that average of 74,000 per game here, the biggest average of any stadium in the European qualifiers. The second being Wembley at 66,000. And a distant third in Spain, 37,000. And Russia, a chance to build here. Number 15 is Kolkov. Simbala involved with Kolkov, but well cut out by Deschamps. A mistake at the back by Thuram. And a chance here for Panov at the near post. Alexander Panov takes full advantage of that mistaken defence by France. He scores his second and levels this qualifier. So the 23-year-old from St. Petersburg latched on to the ball from Glestov, and Alexander Panov just cracked the shot wide of Fabien Barthez. So an extremely entertaining qualifier here at the Stade de France. And the lone figure of Alexander Filimonov shows his absolute delight, and the grief there of Roger Lemaire. So it's all locked away after 75 minutes. Karpin lifts the ball to space. He's involved once again in midfield. Lovely ball for Alexander Panov, but this time the shot was a lot tamer and a lot easier for Barthez. Here's Kolkov released. Alexander Kolkov! And it just took a deflection wide off Barthez's right hand. And lurking at the back post, Panov. But that man, since coming on in the 26th minute, Dmitry Kolkov, has provided a lot of bite through midfield. Well, this really has been a seesawing contest. Russia now dominating. Dmitry Kolkov plays for PSV in Holland. And Condola just shields the ball out of play for a goal kick. Vincent Condola replacing Lizarazu, who's on the long-term injury list for Bayern Munich. And that's previous goal from Alexander Panov. Just a superb strike. Can France get something going here? Here's Djorkaeff down the right, in behind the defence. Unconvincing clearance here, and a chance for Wiltord, whose shot was hard and low to the goalkeeper's right. Petit, Wiltord again involved. Djorkaeff, but taking over in defence is Klestov. So we're in the 85th minute. It's still France 2, Russia 2. Can the French protect their unbeaten record here at the Stade de France? Clearance away by Anopka. Down the left is Bestchasnik. Turns the defence inside out. Simbala. The free player is Karpin at the far post. And Karpin scores. Valery Karpin. Close to the stroke of full time. Jubilant Russian players rush over. And a stony-faced Romanstev. A brilliant play by Bestchasnik. The subs playing a part. Simbala. And the final touch for Karpin. Simbala, who's in the FIFA All-Stars squad, supplied the ball, but that was very loose marking at the back on Valery Karpin. So time running out for France. Anopka with the clearance away. Laurent Blanc searching for Anelka. Maybe the last chance here as Anelka gets free on the right as the sliding challenge in from Anopka. He's very much the spirit in defence for Russia, the captain. Playing his 71st international. And Alain Bogosian comes onto the park for France. Roger Lemaire trying to get something moving. And something happening close to full time. There's Emmanuel Petit, who's worked tirelessly in midfield. Yuri Djorkaeff showing his frustration. Time running out, only seconds remaining for France. Here's Didier Deschamps, the captain. And the final whistle, an unexpected victory by Russia, breaking the home side's unbeaten run here at the Stade de France. And courtesy of a brace of goals through Alexander Panov, Valery Karpin scored the winner in the 87th minute. And for France, the goal scorers in the second half, Emmanuel Petit and Wiltau. The final score here at the Stade de France, France 2, Russia 3.
Yes, a real stumble for the reigning world champions in their quest for a spot at Euro 2000.